Arsonal vs Shotty Horroh came out earlier today. Don't flop off their fourth birthday event. It threw a few weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? Dope battle. Highly debatable in my opinion. About to give you the breakdown. Let's go. All right, Shotty Horroh went first, man. And the first 4 bars that Shotty spit in this battle, man, I thought were really dope. I showed up for the show off, the showdown or some shit, man. I just thought that shit was dope. And then I invoke fear like a 4/4, make you withdraw a amount from your bank account, whatever the fuck. That shit was. I'm not gonna say it word by word. You can watch it in the battle. You know what I'm saying? But that shit was hot. He needs an Arsonal, and I just need that one shotty. I thought that bar was pretty hard. And you denied shotgun like Jesus, or like Peter denied Jesus. I thought that shit was pretty hard as well. First round for Shotty, man, I thought it was pretty solid. There wasn't a ton of standout lines for me, particularly in this round. Those were just some of the few that I thought were, some of the standout lines. There were a few other ones. I'm not gonna, tell you all of them, but I felt like his first round was a solid round one. But and I think the time limits for this battle was 3 minutes. I guess is what they scheduled, because that's what Shotty was complaining about some of the part of the battle that Arsonal was going over, and that first round he went 4 minutes. So then it was on Arsonal for round one. Again, these limited the rounds were 3 minutes. I guess what they scheduled, and if you Arsonal's not gonna do that shit. Like, come on now. He ended up going 5.5 minutes in this round. Anyway. I'm squeezing down the right and left trigger like I'm still playing my Xbox. That shit was hot. Also, the other line that I wrote down here was, if God gave him a second chance, I wish him back dead. He was talking about Shotty's uncle. I thought that shit was hard too. Other than that, man, a lot of this round for me, Arsonal was filler. I'm just going to keep it real, man. There was a lot of other shit in it, some dope bars in there, man. But there was a lot of filler in there. Both Shotty's first round and Arsonal's first round there was a lot of filler for me. It's a debatable round. I edge it every time I watch it. I watched it 3 times already now, and every time I watch it, I edge that first round to Arsonal. And plus, at the beginning of Arsonal's first round, he put on some Arsonal gear or some shit like for the soccer team, and I thought that shit was pretty funny. The crowd was going wild for that shit. I edge it slightly to Arsonal. Just some of his delivery and stage presence is just a little bit, is like unmatched. It's unparalleled. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that can just be enough to, win a round. You know what I'm saying? And I guess that was just the case here. So I give it to Arsonal in round 1. All right, round 2 on Shotty Horroh. This was definitely my favorite round from him in this battle. I thought he just went off. He started off saying, I give him ghost face features like a tape of Raekwon. I thought that shit was pretty dope. Started talking about if they started fighting, and these, there's 2 people that he came with DNA, and Arsonal's man. He said, you look like Wale, so they may back, like they might join in with the fight. I thought that was pretty funny. When I off men like Dustin, I see all the matches like Rain Man. That was probably my favorite bar by him in the battle, man. Hoffman, Dustin Hoffman, Rain Man. He was in Rain Man. He also said that Arsonal smokes crack and whatnot. And he says, you're just covering up the burning like Kane's mask. It's an addiction for your sick ass. That's why you are ill. That's why you hate smack. That line was pretty hard too, man. You look like both Keenan and Kel at the same time. That shit, for me, that was funny as fuck for me, that line right there, because it's slightly true. Okay, and that's why it's funny, man. Shotty round 2, man, not a lot of flaws in it for me. Again, you want 4 minutes for someone complaining about time who's going over too. Definitely not as much as Arsonal is going over, but then again, when you sign up for a battle with Arsonal, you should know that. You know what I'm saying? But round 2 for Shotty was real dope. All right, Arsonal round 2. Let's see. I changed my number, so if they can't dial Jones, the stock drop like the Nasdaq. That was a reply for to Smack while he was in on Summer Madness 2 card. Grabbed the Robert Downey Jr. That's my Iron Man. That shit was gassed. Please don't know. I did not like that bar at all. As soon as he said grab the Robert Downey Jr., I knew what the fuck he was gonna do, and That shit was not dope. If you want to swing, just do it. Oh wait, you're not Nike. I don't like that shit either. Just come on, man. Just do it, Nike. That's how many. That shit's been done years. I can't even talk about it. I don't like that line either. Those were like really the two lines that stood out in this battle that just wasn't fucking with. Um, if life was an automobile, it's in the suburbs, and you're only gonna find me in the hood parts. Now that line right there kind of made up for both those two lines, man, because that shit was dope. Arsenal also in round two said the definition of an atom is the basic unit of matter. So when your mother named you Adam, she was basically saying you didn't matter. And that line, that shit was dope too, man. Chances slimmer than Big T in China running a marathon on the Great Wall. Um, that's the long range with a long nose, so I'm hitting targets in Tokyo. Round two for Arsenal, man. This man, both these round twos were great to me. And again, 3 minute rounds and reoccurring theme here. Arsenal was going 6 minutes, so both the first two rounds. In the first round, Arsenal went a minute and a half longer, and second round he went 2 minutes, longer. So got a few extra bars in there, and I want to give this round to Shotty, and I want to give it to Arsenal at the same time. It's difficult. I have to edge it to Shotty, man. I thought his round was just kind of flawless. There was, and plus there was two bars by Arsenal in here that I just wasn't fucking with. So I guess that's just what gives it to Shotty for me in the second round. All right, third round on Shotty Horroh, man. I thought this round was pretty solid as well. Started off by saying he's an unfinished book because he's part red, Crip. You know what I'm saying? So if you're both red and blue, you're like the second suit of Clark Kent. Thought that shit was pretty dope as well. If you're ever at Horoscope, you're trying to find out what the alignment of the stars said. That one was dope to me. Horoscope, like horoscope. You know what I'm saying? I like that. And the last bar he said in the battle was that ironic. The source of the beef is also the relish. I know this round three for Shotty Horroh, man, was solid. There were some good bars. There was some filler in there as well, talking about Arsenal's mother and slut and shit, whatnot. I wasn't really feeling any of that. For time wise, he only didn't even go 4 minutes. It was about 3 minutes and 40 seconds. That was the closest anyone came to the 3 minute time limits. You know what I'm saying? But it was just a good solid round though. All right, so Arsenal round three. Started off the round talking about how in the Calico battle he did A to Z. So against Shotty, he did Z to A. And that shit kind of impressed me, man. That shit really did to me, man. Going backwards in there, I just like that shit, to be honest with you. He had a minor slip up in this round. He just kind of mixed up his words or some shit. I mean, it happens to the best of us. The best of them, I should say. Everyone slips up from time to time, and this happened to Arsenal here. I'm disrespectful. I scratch my balls and tap your face. Pause. That shit was funny though, man. I know he was talking about Shotty Horroh's mom. If I knew she was into gangbang, fuck England, I would have flew that bitch to Compton. I thought that shit was pretty funny. And then at the end there, Shotty was trying to predict one of Arsenal's bars, and he ended up being wrong. And that shit just looked stupid for Shotty Horroh, but that shit was mad funny as well, man. Arsenal round three, man. Definitely did not keep on a time limit, and his rounds just got progressively longer. First round 5.5, second one was 6 minutes, and this one he almost went 7 minutes. And sometimes when you're spitting almost in this round, he almost went 3.5 minutes more than what Shotty did. He just got so many more bars in. You know what I'm saying? And I edged that third round to Arsenal, man. This was a highly debatable battle. Every round is debatable. If you thought Shotty won 3-0, I couldn't complain. If you thought Arsenal won 3-0, I'm not going to complain with you. Every round is very debatable here. I just thought Arsenal took it 2-0. Almost 3-0 to be honest with you. That second round to me is debatable as well, man. It's really the winner of this battle is the fans. It's a lot of replay value. One of the best battles Dope Flops put out in recent memory from me, at least. But for me, I say Arsonal took this battle 2-1. With him winning the first and the third, and Shotty Horroh won the second. Shout out to Shotty Horroh. I know he's coming back to King of the Dot in Blackout 3. I know he wants to. And Arsonal is battling Charlie Clips on UW. Also, that same weekend as the Blackout 3 is. So, anyway, yeah, this was a dope battle, man. Shout out to Don't Flop Earth for setting it up. And yeah, man, that's all I got. So, subscribe, follow me on Twitter. What your thoughts on the battle was? Who won? It's just my opinion. Everyone has their own opinions on this battle. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Add me on Facebook and what the fuck not. I probably already said that, but who gives a fuck? I'm here to let you know that you need to have a nice day. You know what I'm saying? And watch this fucking battle again. And I'm sure every time you watch this battle, you know your opinion's gonna change, man. It's a good battle. So yeah, man. Have a good day.
Just give me 2 homes in different locations. Just make one a little more spacious. And 2 rollies dipped and go faces. And 2 girls that's known to switch places. Ready, let's get that. Let's get that. Let's go. Let me know if you with that. You with that? Let's go.